Hey guys, Kevin Cage back with another cryptocurrency update. Welcome to the channel. Like and subscribe if you're serious about investing in the digital asset space. And let's get right into it today. One take and uncut. I do apologize if the audio quality is bad at the moment. I broke my microphone and I've been messing with it ever since, but I'm recording from my phone, so I'm just holding it up to my face. So it's kind of weird. So be patient. All right, so just so you guys know, this is a speculative video combined with facts. The fact is that Target 2, a high-value payment system of the European Union zone, again, we've talked about them for quite some time. Many YouTubers have great videos and information. Even I Am Legion, various people have great blogs on this. So again, there's multiple places to do your own research, question everything. But the fact of the matter is that even 10% of this market sends roughly $50 million in transactions every 3 seconds. Now remember the ACI Worldwide video I did, several days ago. They send, and this is not made up, they send 162 million plus every every second. Okay, and this did not come from my mouth. This is coming from the actual people that are working at ACI Worldwide, and they said another way to measure it is as fast as you can snap your finger. That's more than $5 million, all right, being transacted over that network. And ACI Worldwide transfers about 9% of the Swift network. Okay, so this is huge. I understand it, guys. This is going to be a little hypey because we are talking about the XRP valuation, but you have to understand that if XRP is even able to capitalize and get at least 1% of this market, it's a done deal. Like 20 cents is absolutely nothing. And what's interesting is, of course, we are sitting here talking about this and speculating endlessly during a 2-year bear market. I get it. But what you have to understand is XRP is already enabled with these groups and government bodies, which is fascinating, with the world leading real-time gross settlement systems. So we're going to explain exactly how this has been the case for quite some time. I'm probably going to be stuttering and everything, but I want to get this video out because I have a lot to do today, so bear with me. So as we know, Target 2, it's a payment system owned and operated by the Eurosystem. It's the leading European platform for processing large value payments. Again, Ripple with on-demand liquidity, low value, high volume. But when you have large value payments with high volume that's sustainable in every 3 seconds, it not only pushes the price up to 2, 3, and even 4 digits depending on liquidity, but guess what? Every 3 seconds with consistency, it actually keeps the price there. So just like the market's been being developed, we see that, on-demand liquidity ramps and corridors are, ramping up, which is great to see, but I get it. We're tired of this, but when you're building a skyscraper, you need a strong foundation. You are building liquidity for the entire system. There's some great, GIFs and infographics that really kind of show this in different ways, and I highly recommend checking those out. Some great work by even Johnny Lawrence. Now, you have to understand this, all these quotes, liquidity begets liquidity. We understand that. But the volume and the fact of the matter is that these monetary systems are all integrated with RippleNet and XRP. So when people are saying, oh, all these XRP fanboys and moonboys are crazy, everything has to do with XRP. Well, I mean, the chances are, since, roughly 50 of the major banks of the world, of the central banks, I should say, hundreds of banks globally, are already integrated with XRP, and since there's actually a global liquidity crisis upon us with no actual solution to settlement with finality of the core ledgers of the central banks, I don't think you can really blame a guy for speculating on newer technology, since the majority of banks are already looking and experimenting and investing billions of dollars into distributed ledger tech. Now, XRP is not going to solve all the problems. I'm just saying it's going to play a role in settling for payments, all right? So, all right, we get payment systems. Understand Target 2 payment system enables, European Union banks to transfer money between each other. This is known as real-time gross settlements. You can understand, and read a little bit about Target 2, read how it works, who can use Target 2. We see right here more than 1,700 banks use Target 2 to initiate transactions in euro. You can see other branches and subsidiaries. Then it accounts for over 55,000 banks worldwide and all of their customers. So remember, XRP wholesale use case. We don't matter. We're just looking to kind of capitalize off of an open source technology, okay, on this level playing field. So we've already talked about the connections, guys. We understand the chess pieces moving around with Christine Lagarde, Mark Carney, anybody involved in even Europe. And I understand, chaps and all of these groups, they're massive, of course, with tips. And we're going to basically show how XRP RippleNet is already integrated with Task Group, which is a major key player. But really quick, I wanted to show you this. So Michael Zischek here, he does have a YouTube channel, and this video in particular, it's 5 minutes. I recommend you guys just go check it out. So again, Michael Zischek, if you want to, screenshot this. So Michael and then ZIS and then check. So check this out, and it is XRP liquidity requires 4 digits. So they downloaded this, and he's just hoping that extrapolating this data is relatively accurate to the transaction volume. So these numbers might not be exact, but it seems that this is right from the ECB, the European Central Bank website. So as we can see here, just as Michael explains in this video, so with a 10% market share, and again, this is denominated in euros, we can see roughly $50 million US dollars is transacted every 3 seconds. All right. Now, on various exchanges, this can kind of change, and this is really interesting. Now, again, he shared this in December of 2019. It's just basic math. So, yes, this would theoretically drive the price. Now, let's kind of show this. So, again, this is a tweet from him. Don't be fooled by current price. 10% of Swift market share would mean every 30 seconds a $50 million transaction through Bitstamp. Through Bitstamp. That's at current price. So now this is what confuses me. He says 30 seconds here. But then he says 3 seconds here. So again, I'll have to check this, and this is why I'm saying do your own research, but this is with 10% market. So regardless, guys, whether it's 3 seconds or 30 seconds, you have to understand that there's not enough liquidity in the system. This would eat through the order books. There would be tons of slippage and drive the price up. All right, so 6,000 sell orders here in Bitstamp, and he just pulled an example and kind of scrolls through the page in this video and kind of goes through all these Bitstamp orders that he extrapolated or pulled, and basically says that 6,000 sell orders would need to be filled to have XRP in the amount of 50 million. So really, really interesting. Again, even Galgatron chiming in here, so I found that to be pretty interesting again. So now as we keep going, I want to show you TAS and how this plays a role. So again, Target 2, or T2S, is a new European securities settlement engine which aims to offer centralized DVP, delivery versus payment settlement, in central bank funds across all European securities markets. Okay, now we see this Task Group, and again, they are integrated with RippleNet, and we're going to show all of that. So Task Group, and they've literally made documents compare and contrasts about how great Ripple and XRP usage is. So Task Group welcomes T2S, again, all securities in the Euro system, with Aquarius, the solution for the integrated monitoring and management of liquidity. Sounds interesting with, maybe some good UX that guarantees the full range of settlement functionalities offered by central platforms. So it seems that there's going to be, a variety of settlement functionalities, and guess what? It is my bet that XRP will be one of them. So we're talking about security settlement, cash and collateral, even right here. Get even more transparent with connectivity to both Swift and SIA Colt. Remember, Colt was one of the providers for, eSMIG, the European something infrastructure gateway. We talked about them a lot in previous videos. You can type in like Colts, SIA, XRP. I'm sure you'll find something. All right, so now, as we can see here, if you go right to Task Group's website, tasgroup.eu. You can search this yourself. You can go to the search bar and type in Ripple and look at all the things that pop up. So for example, we have the one pager that everyone's seen, real-time gross cross-border settlements for financial services. We see TAS and Ripple. Ripple, the open protocol for global interbank transactions. Again, not intrabank. This is going to be an open network. This is all the way back from 2015. If you don't think that there were greater plans and already experimentations years ago, I don't know what to tell you. XRP is a central point of this. If we are going towards tokenization, do you really think that this is just going to be fancy messaging? No. XRP is the only thing that can reduce the pre-funded accounts, these Nostro accounts around, and bring money back to these banks and countries for liquidity. So as we can see here, guys, they're kind of showing, so speed with 2 days plus to settle. Again, problems with today's settlement system, multiple failure points, one foreign exchange provider, lack of visibility, of course. We get it, costly reserve requirements, just as I mentioned, with XRP and again, RippleNet, 5 seconds to settle. Again, that's a digital asset. Fees, free to use. Liquidity, reserves are not required. So there's no pre-funded accounts required anymore because you can just source XRP from the market itself. Okay, what types of businesses are using Ripple? Financial service businesses, liquidity providers, hedge funds, currency traders, market makers, etc. All right. You guys can read this. So again, this is right on Task Group. You can literally type in like Task Group, and again, they're Empower Your Business. As we can see, Task Network Gateway, the heart of the European Target 2 and T2S real-time gross settlement systems from the very start. I don't see any other competitors for settlement. This is a huge document, and you guys can say, "Oh, but it's old. It doesn't matter." We'll see. All right, so we're going to keep going right here. This is actually I Am Legion's Coil blog on coil.com. I Am Legion, one of the original OGs as an XRP researcher. So right here, timely to go live for tips, talking about, again, tips, instant payment infrastructure. We can see available around the clock, 365 days a year, multi-currency mode, talking about obviously the costs per transaction with the solution, the proposed interface solution whose main components are already at the basis of the gross settlement system for payments, T2 and T2S, goes beyond the tips objective, aiming to support all the new settlements and financial services that the Euro system will offer to the banks through the new, oh, here it is, eSMIG platform. That's what I was referencing earlier with Colt, I believe, and SIA, of which tips, and that was something like I read in maybe 2018 when the news came out. So sorry if my memory's a little shoddy, guys. I mean, we're reading this all the time. All right. So again, right here with Task Network Gateway, we can see Ripple named right here. We can see Task Network Gateway. Again, networks available. SIANet, which is already integrated with Ripple and XRP. We have Ripple here as well, just for the doubters. Okay. He even zoomed in because he Task Network Gateway among certified solutions for SWIFT CSP program, customer security program, guys. I mean, what more do you need? Okay, now as we keep going, this is again another document here. It was just from the main page when you search, Ripple right here, just to show you guys if you want to do your own research. So again, just Control F because I'm lazy and I have things to do. So again, evaluate Ripple value proposition for cross-border real-time payment transactions. Managing Director of TASK Germany, a subsidiary of TASK Group, talking about the growing interest and adoption of cryptocurrencies are very clear. We have decided to demonstrate how our Cashless 3.0 e-money software suite can easily integrate and manage innovative payments beyond the traditional schemes. Makes you think. All right. And then we even see here Ethereum, Litecoin, Monero, Ripple, talking about, various, look, we can see new pilot cards will manage them, being coined a miner in this field. So interesting to see, guys. This is not just, XRP at the heart of the system and being experimented on. But again, in terms of settlement and actual integration, it is. In terms of payments, at least for interbank settlement. So right here, being the first Italian vendor to implement in 2014 a Ripple driver in our interbank payments hub, allowing banks to pilot and evaluate the Ripple value proposition for cross-border real-time payment transactions. Okay. Just wanted to reread that and emphasize that. Here's the actual document that I Am Legion was sharing as well. Task Network Gateway. I mean, feel free to screenshot or just, look it up yourselves. Again, with all of the new kind of compliance directories. All right. Operating. We can see 3.0 can be upgraded. This is all software based, guys. Open APIs, keyword. Interfaces directly with SwiftNet, as we can see here. I just think it's truly is. I mean, it's been experimented on. It's a done deal. Now look at this. We can even go, oh, right here. See the T2S connector for both Swift and SIA Colt, and then blockchain protocols, Ripple. I mean, come on, guys. You have to understand that this is a legitimate company and they're trying to solve a real problem. Networks, Ripple again. We've already shown that. I just, want to keep shoving information and, kind of these facts in your face, and you guys can speculate, do your own thing. Whether you think XRP is going to be a stable coin, they clearly said it's not going to be. They said it's not going to do its job at $1. It's simply a matter of time. Again, do your own research, question everything, but you know where I stand and why. And this is, again, 0.1% of the iceberg. Okay, this is not even considering all the other things from years of research. This is one tiny little video. So please do your own research, and I think it's a done deal. Anything is possible, but I'll believe it when I see it, and you cannot rule out a higher valuation for XRP. All right, so right here, I Am Legion sharing this again. We have Monica Long and Michelle Bond of Ripple. Just listen to this quick clip again with the 50 governments around globally.
We are engaging with 50 different governments worldwide. We are engaging with 50 different governments worldwide.
Okay, and I mean, they've already said in the past the top 40 to 50 central banks as well, so no question there. My boy Lee from SPQR just showing an old document. I'm just showing you these old things just for fun. Global payments with Ripple. You can see XRP at the center of this with all these currencies. No risk, low cost, instant, and one API. And then showing, for example, Ripple connecting and integrating with, one API to Amazon, Uber, Seagate. And Seagate was, I believe, one of the original investors of Ripple as well. It goes very, very deep, guys. If you're new, you have a lot in store for you. All right. Next up, King Solomon. Just wanted to read this guy's great researcher in the community. You can follow him on Twitter at XRP_owl. I believe Ripple is future-proofing banks by providing the best of both worlds. tech that doesn't have to utilize cryptocurrency but is superior to the legacy tech. Again, this is built 40 years ago, pre-digital era. It's time to ramp everything. A gentleman from the, I believe it was the DTCC, he says it's really embarrassing how they can send an Amazon package, get it around the globe faster than they can settle a payment. And we already understand with Global Pay Plus, we understand CLS, all these integrations with all the big players. You don't need to get all 11,000 banks and financial institutions on board to take over and replace kind of the Swift legacy network with their correspondent banking relations. All you have to do is get the top 20%, and they have 80% of the volume. Pareto's law, the 80-20 rule. All right. And then tech that interoperates with XRP when digital assets truly go mainstream. It's a win-win for the banks. And then lastly, right here, XRP_store. What a healthy XRP market would look like, in my opinion, in due course. So just take a look at this and feel free to screenshot this. So XRP at the center of it all. And there's so many things that can be built around XRP and the technology behind the XRP ledger itself. I don't even need to go over this. I mean, there's just so much information here, whether it's lending with all these protocols. We can talk about the Logos, DeFi building of the derivatives market, it makes the cross-border market and use case look like nothing. And that's a good thing, by the way. Time will tell. I'll be continuously doing my own research, sharing this information, and I do diversify in other assets. So please, try not to get a myopic viewpoint of things, because it's always good to hedge your bet. But at the same time, whether we stay stable or dump, to 2 cents or go up to $1, it doesn't matter to me. My eyes are just focused on long term. And yeah, you guys decide for yourselves and understand the technology. We're all learning together. So hopefully this microphone quality is okay. My mouth is super dry, so I'm going to end this video shortly. Remember to check the links in the description for all things related to crypto. I appreciate you guys. Have a good rest of your weekend. Thanks.